The welding has 3 steps to be perfectly correct. The first step is to secure the membrane, that is called spot-wise welding. So you weld the membrane quickly, only on spots, separated by 20 to 25 centimeters. So you first align the membrane, and then with a little pressure with your finger, you will not burn your fingers, you quickly weld the membrane by spots separated by 20 centimeters along all the roll until the end. This prevents the membrane to slip in the welding seam when you are making the movements of the pre-welding and the final welding. Now, before making the next step, the pre-welding, you have to make a preparation of the seam. This is very useful, especially when the membrane is not brand new, to get us a guarantee that the welding will be easy and perfectly effective. You just soak clean cloth and then you rub into the 2 surfaces of the membrane where you are going to weld. The pre-welding is a stripe of welding inside the seam, in the deep seam. This pre-welding has the effect of security to prevent the hot air to go inside the waterproofing and burn, for example, the thermal insulation or even a protection geotextile that is underneath the waterproofing. This pre-welding assures that the hot air of the final and the effective welding will circulate to the outside and not to the inside. That gives us the guarantee of the final welding is absolutely correct. So the pre-welding is made a little bit more faster than the final welding, and making the pressure roller to circulate in the stripes until more or less 35 millimeters from the border of the membrane. This 35 millimeters will be the final welding. That is the one that gives us the effective waterproofing of the welded seam. So now we have 3.5 centimeters, and we will weld it with the nozzle and the machine almost in the horizontal, sliding slowly, and with the nozzle with the angle of 45 degrees with the border of the membrane. The pressure roller will go forward and backwards at a distance of 2 centimeters from the nozzle of the machine. Do not never press into the nozzle of the machine. The temperature of the nozzle to correctly weld the TPO membranes is 280 degrees. You can perform tests, but do not never run away too much of 280 degrees. To know how to reach the 280 degrees, according to the nozzle, you have a table in the machine with a graphic where you can see the type of nozzle, and you choose the correct value to put in the switch in the back of the machine in order to achieve that temperature that you want. For TPO is 280. You can have a small window of 290, but it's a very small window. You'd better do not go too far from 210 or 220 and not much colder than 280. The final welding, you must go slowly and very firmly with the roller, and the roller must go a little bit outside of the border of the membrane and coming to backwards without weight and going forward with some pressure in order to make a perfect welding without wrinkles. This is very important. You have to see a 1 millimeter black rope, that it means that the welding is okay, but is a visual testing, but you can also test it with the testing tool, as you can see here.